I'm so excited to be here to welcome you and to say congratulations to the class of 2020. As Chief Operating Officer of Rockland BOCES, I am so pleased to welcome you to this commencement, a very different commencement. While there has been little certainty across the globe over the past 3 months, one thing is certain: you are about to take part in a commencement ceremony unlike any other in the 60-year history of this Rockland BOCES. This school year and this day will not be forgotten. While earning your diplomas, industry certifications, or a completion distinction is an accomplishment that requires much work and commitment. Those of you receiving honors today, this class of 2020, will be remembered for your resilience and your perseverance during an extraordinary time. To have the final months interrupted by a global pandemic, to be removed from your classrooms and the schools you love with just a few months to go to the end of the school year, to have your education and supports turned upside down. But you pushed forward. You endured those challenges and the unknowns to reach this day. To you, your parents, guardians, families, and friends, to your teachers, assistant principals, counselors, clinicians, and support staff, we say a heartfelt congratulations, a job well done under extraordinary circumstances. We are, with all certainty, proud of your amazing accomplishments. As many of you know, I love Eleanor Roosevelt. So Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So today, I urge each of you, dream big, keep moving forward, seize the next opportunity, become politically active in your communities and in your counties and in our country. Vote, stay true to yourself, and on behalf of myself and our executive cabinet, Catherine O'Brien, Assistant Superintendent for Career Technical Education and Administrative Services, Dr. Amy Albers, Assistant Superintendent for Student Services, Dr. Sarah Chauncey, Chief Information Officer, Dr. Yasmin Halu-Kier, Executive Director, Human Resources, Julie Larson, Executive Director, Student Services, Chris D'Ambrisi, Executive Director of Adult Continuing Education, and last but not least, Ron Hansen, Executive Director of Business Operations. I want to say thank you to our component school districts for trusting in Rockland BOCES and for the honor to serve this class of 2020. To this class of 2020, job well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. I'm Peggy Zugaby, and I'm the president of the Board of Education for Rockland BOCES. There's a board member from every district in the county. I'd like to name them for you now. There's Tammy Bierker from Clarkstown, Tom DePrisco from Pearl River, Debbie Gaddy from North Rockland, who represents the whole county too, Sandy Jeanette from Ramapo, Michael Mark from Nyack, Tom Moore from Nanuet, Rosemary Petrozello from South Orangetown, and I'm, of course, from North Rockland. And we just really asked to be part of your virtual graduation because we're so really very proud of you and the accomplishments you have achieved under these very difficult circumstances. I want to thank your parents and the staff members at Rockland BOCES for their support that they've given you. And I want you to continue to work hard and continue to chase your dreams and do a wonderful job that you've been doing that got you here today. And I want you to continue to work hard as you go on into life and do whatever you want to do. And I'm sure you will do wonderful things for this world. And once again, congratulations.
Good evening and welcome to the 2020 Practical Nursing Graduation Ceremony and Pinning. My name is Mary Shine. I'm the coordinator of the Practical Nursing Program, and I'm so excited to be here tonight to celebrate the accomplishment of these fabulous graduates. They have worked for the last 10 months tirelessly to get where they are tonight, and we're so happy to share it with them. We have been anticipating this evening for many months, and I'm delighted to be here with you. Although we are celebrating in a way that we never imagined, make no doubt, this is a celebration, and a major one at that. It is a celebration of your dedication, hard work, commitment. It is a celebration of your integrity and strength. It is a celebration of your open-mindedness, professionalism, and camaraderie. I am proud of each and every one of you. Your support and concern for each other has always been strong, but I watched you look out for each other, care for each other over these last weeks in ways that I find inspiring. I stand in admiration of your resilience. If the current times have taught us anything, it's the importance of these qualities in a nurse. You have proven that you possess these attributes. I am excited at the opportunities that await you as you start your nursing career, and I am confident that you have what it takes to be excellent. I am certain you will make wonderful contributions to the complex and changing healthcare system. Becoming a nurse is a calling. This is a definite truth. Being a nurse is a gift. That too is a definite truth. This health crisis our world is enduring has only confirmed that for all of us. Now let's go back to the beginning. Your journey started on the first day of nursing school. The enormity of this undertaking is completely understood by every nurse who has made the trip before you. It is perhaps most especially understood by those who made the journey with you. You and your fellow classmates share a bond that will last forever. The COVID-19 pandemic has taken much from your experience. This is true. I think I speak for all of us when I say how sorry I am that your final weeks of school and your pinning ceremony was impacted in such a difficult way. But I ask you to consider the possibility that perhaps this difficulty has added a certain richness and depth to your journey. Through the losses, of which there's been many, there were gains too. You were forced to think differently. You pushed yourself and your classmates to stay strong and focused. You rose up and moved out of your comfort zone. You thought about others in a way you might not have before. You looked at nursing and the kind of nurse you want to be in a new light. These are some of the silver linings that will teach you, enrich you, and ultimately make you a better nurse. None of the events of this recent pandemic take away your accomplishments. This is a rigorous, challenging nursing program. You have traveled many miles, taken many exams, endured many labs and clinical rotations, written numerous care plans, nurses' notes, medication cards, and worked tirelessly to put theory into practice. You've sacrificed much to be here this evening. Mrs. Arendt, Mrs. Brooks, Ms. Torres, and myself acknowledge your accomplishments and welcome you to the profession of nursing. It has been a pleasure and privilege to be a part of your journey. Nurses play a vital role in the health and well-being of individuals, families, communities, and society in general. Never forget the importance of a good nurse and aspire to provide skilled and compassionate care to all you serve. I invite Kathy O'Brien, our Assistant Superintendent, to the podium to say a few words.
Let me begin first with just a large round of applause for our graduates. Please join me. What a tremendous night for each and every one of you and for your families and friends that have joined us tonight. As adult learners, you know first and foremost, coming back to school in an adult era is not an easy thing. Many of you have been home, raising families, managing jobs, taking care of yourselves while working here at an LPN program full-time. Not an easy lift. So again, congratulations. I think I'd like to just reference that 10 months ago, when you started here at Rockland BOCES, you didn't know one another. You came for orientation, you worked through all the paperwork with Ms. Torres, and now you turn left and you turn right, and you've made bonds for lifelong friendships with the help of one another to see you to the finish line. So I thank each and every one of you for your efforts and your teamwork to be here today. You know, the attributes in the world of nursing, and it's so critical today, as we all know, your jobs are essential to the well-being of our community and our world at large. So that joining will be something that we will forever be thankful for. And the LPN program here has been in existence for over 40 years. So you join in the tradition of all the prior nurses that came before you. So communication, emotional balance, keeping an ability to problem solve, attention to detail, keeping well for your own endurance on the job front are all skills that you learned under the leadership of Ms. Shine.
I think you would also like for me to take a moment to recognize not only Ms. Shine as the coordinator who has led the charges, but Ms. Torres, the financial counselor, Ms. Arendt, the other clinical instructor, along with Kathleen Brooks. Let's rise and give them a large round of applause for all that they have done. Thank you, team. So, being in the heart of healthcare, there's a lot of different meanings that come out of that, and a lot of it stems from a word about compassion. And I saw a little quote that said, "You each will be compassion in scrubs." I'd like to take a moment to think about those who are in your circle of support, your family, your friends, because out in the audience tonight, typically would be your moms, your dads, your grandparents, maybe, quite frankly, your sons, your daughters, and anyone that's been in your village to get you through this journey. So a big shout out to those that have joined in you to bring you here today. In closing, I'd like to give a shout out to our Board of Education, Dr. Mary Jean Marsico, our larger BOCES family, for supporting all of our efforts that go into developing a state-of-the-art health academy known as the Licensed Practical Nursing. So thank you all. Congratulations again, graduates. It's been a fantastic journey, and we're so proud of you.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here from the comforts of your home. My name is Dorothy Kate Williams, and I am so very humbled and honored to be representing the Rockland BOCES class of 2020. I know this graduation is not the one that we had imagined since September. I know that we all have been dreaming about the moment that we'd walk on stage when our name is called and be a part of the ceremonial pinning. A virtual graduation is out of the ordinary, but perhaps there's something beautiful about it. I hope everyone still takes lots of pictures, even if it is in our own homes. A lot of growing and learning has happened there. Even though this graduation is different than how we expected, it does not take away from the extraordinary accomplishments we have made. We're about to be licensed practical nurses. This year has been an incredible experience. Once we thought we finally got the hang of it, boy, were we faced with new problems for us to assess, diagnose, plan, make interventions to meet our expected outcome, graduation. And here we are. Let's take it back to the beginning. I'll never forget the first day of class, looking around at my new friends, the ones who I'll laugh with, I'll cry with, and will eventually spend hours on the phone with navigating through the past point. Those first 8 weeks were brutal. We had to make so many sacrifices, one of them being sleep. We would walk into class with eyes half opened, a cup of hot coffee made from the mini Keurig in the break room, and we scanned our notes one last time to ensure we can remember every little detail. It usually never helped. The words of Miss Shine would remind us, sleep is the best thing you can do before a test. I don't think we ever learned. Not only did we sacrifice sleep, but we also sacrificed work. It became a balancing act of putting food on the table, working to make ends meet, making sure the kids were happy, all while forcing our eyes to stay open for one more page in the textbook, one more practice quiz online. But we did it. We made it here. In the beginning, everything was so new. It's amazing to look back and think about all the things we have learned, the things that have been ingrained in our heads. Our very first clinical, we learned how to wash our hands. Wash our hands. Look how important that turned out to be. I can remember the day we pulled out our stethoscopes to listen to each other's apical heartbeat. I cleansed the diaphragm with an alcohol wipe, and I so confidently placed it on the 5th intercostal space of Tiffany's chest. I smiled and nodded for one full minute as I faintly heard the lub-dub. It turns out I was on the right side of her chest the whole time. We started laughing for what felt like 10 minutes. But look at us now. All the family members out there deserve a big thank you for letting us use your radial pulses, listening to your lung sounds, and luckily not using you to insert a urinary catheter. By the time December came around, we had it. We were strong in the way we would study, and we were past the make it or break it point. We could literally hear Miss A and Miss Shine's voices in our heads as we took a test. A key word would make us think of a story that they would tell us, or a certain gesture they would do, like the quiver for AFib. We had a pizza party, we dressed up in ugly sweaters, and we all felt so close to each other. Those were moments I'll never forget. We truly made many sacrifices over these 10 months. We constantly assessed our strengths and weaknesses, and we adjusted them to the current material we were learning. By March, we were in the full swing of things. The monotony of waking up early, parking our car, the walk from the lot to the building, and settling in just before 8 a.m. rolled around, and not a minute later. Each morning, we would count the days until our next break, knowing it would not be until mid-April. But we still had enough energy to make it through the day, because we could see the end a little more clearly. It was mid-March when we got the news that the coronavirus may impact our learning. At first, it was maybe a few days, maybe a couple weeks, or dreadfully, maybe until the end of the year. However, that first week off, we all felt a little sigh of relief. We were finally able to sleep in just a little bit while managing the at-home coursework. But by the end of 2 weeks, oh, how we dearly missed the musty smell of the classroom and seeing Miss A in her stylish outfits. When it was announced that we would be resuming class through Zoom, many of us were concerned at first. We wondered, how will we be able to attend lecture during the day, manage coursework, study for new online tests, all while ensuring that our children attend their own virtual class. To all of you moms and dads out there, you really deserve 3 weeks vacation with plenty of pina coladas at the beach like Miss A would do. The dedication and the drive to complete this program with much less help truly shows your strength of character. Let's be honest, the past couple months have not been easy. In fact, I think they were harder than those first brutal 8 weeks. We laughed on our good days, and we mournfully cried on the bad ones. As our roles in the household drastically changed, we desperately needed the support of our loved ones and each other. We felt lost, alone, and guilty for needing the extra help. However, we realized it was necessary to be a little selfish during this time. We needed to be selfish so that we may be selfless. The reason we made our sacrifices, put in those grueling hours investing in the material, fighting to stay sane and afloat, is to be a part of something bigger than just us. We did it to be practical nurses, to spend hours bedside with people who are sick, to risk our own health to care for others with communicable diseases. We would watch the nurses on TV or we would see them on the street and we would think about their brave, inspiring stories. We feel deeply for them, knowing that that will be us soon, and we summon up the strength to pass another test. Each and every one of us should feel so immensely proud of ourselves today. I know I said to many of you that I will be walking down that graduation aisle with you no matter what. And although we can't do that physically, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be picturing you in my head when your name is called. We are resilient and so much stronger than we were 10 months ago. The school year did not go exactly how we pictured, but there are some blessings that happened. We became closer as a group of students as we stayed connected, and we learned that there is nothing that will get in the way of our dreams. Our sacrifices that we made will be rewarded while we care for others and leave an impact on their life. I would like to thank the loved ones out there for being our #1 fans and supporting us when we felt like we had nothing more to give. So today, take plenty of pictures and think about what an extraordinary accomplishment you have made. Laugh and cry with those around you and be so proud of who you are and what you can achieve. Share your unique story about the time you were in LPN school and when against all odds you still made it in the end. Remember these days, all the good and all the bad, because we'll look back and think fondly of the friendships and the memories we made. It is bittersweet to come to the end of this program, but this is just the beginning of our lives as licensed practical nurses. Congratulations to my fellow classmates, the Rockland BOCES class of 2020, and God bless.
As we traditionally do, we're going to start off with the Nurses Pledge. Read along with me, please. Before God and those assembled here, I solemnly pledge to adhere to the code of ethics of the nursing profession, to cooperate faithfully with the other members of the nursing team, and to carry out faithfully and to the best of my abilities the instructions of the physicians or the nurse who may be assigned to supervise my work. I will not do anything evil or malicious, and I will not knowingly give any harmful drug or assist in malpractice. And I pledge myself to do all in my power to raise the standards and the prestige of practical nursing. May my life be devoted to service and to the high ideals of the nursing profession. Congratulations and welcome to a great profession. I invite the graduates for the receipt of their certificates and pins. Karen Arita Amaya. Candace Austin. Eve Harry Belange. Anita Besson. Brianna Brown. Gina Canova. Estefany Casilla Martinez. Eric Chaldersing. Elizabeth Dizon. Linda Dorvalis. Tiana Edwards. Alora Finley. Cameron Francois. Alicia Gee. Kayla Gercio. Kashawn Hall. Camille Hendricks. Kimberly Jean Louise. Nicole Johnson. Diane Levy. Aisha Maitland. Melissa Mann. Yenny Molina. Matthew Mondello. Sloan Moses. Alexandra Knoll. Krista Patrick. Julio Polanco. Tiffany Rawlins. Nadawan Robinson. Nicole Romeo. Amy Sanford. Angelique Sanford. Alexander Sarusi. Megan Smith. Erica Tweedy. Dorothy Kate Williams. Rosanna Yan. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Give yourselves a big round of applause. So this concludes our completion ceremony and our pinning. We are proud of our graduates. We wish them well and a super congratulations for a job well done.